What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige with the Page, and today we're going to be doing Cluedo chooses my July and August TBR. Hello my darlings, welcome to this video. Today we're going to be playing Cluedo to see what my reads are for July and for August. Amanda from the Reading and Writing Life and I are undertaking a challenge in August, so this is a choice. Let's dive over to the wrap up portion for how I went last month and then go from there. Hello my darlings, so welcome to this round of Cluedo. I need to talk through what I read in May and June and then see where we're up to, if we need to reset the board or if there's any rooms I need to duck back into. So firstly I needed to read Lachlan's and I Who Have Never Known Men from the Hall, and I did read both of those so I can reveal these two cards. We have Miss Scarlet and Colonel Mustard. In the study, I needed to read Time of Trial and Challenger Deep. I did swap out Time of Trial and read The Map Makers instead, and I did read Challenger Deep, so I can reveal both of these. So we have Professor Plum and Mrs. White, which I believe then it was Mr. Green who did something in some way. Then I jumped over to the kitchen and I needed to read Across the Green Grass Field and Well Played, and I did read both of those. So we have the billiard room and the knife. Ooh. So it was Mr. Green with the revolver. So then we came and finished in the dining room and I needed to read On the Come Up and What's a Girl Got to Do, and I did read both of those. So the two rooms are the hall and the conservatory, which means in our case file we should have Mr. Green with the revolver in the lounge room. Lounge room, revolver, Mr. Green. Yay! Awesome. So Ash and I will reset the board. Normally we start with a D12 for traps, but I did not do daily movement for 1 month. Colonel Mustard, we got COVID and I just had a lot going on. So I didn't end up completing that, so Ash will be able to start with a D20, which is what we normally use in subsequent rounds, but for the initial, normally it's a D12. So we just thought that will be my punishment for not doing that set of criteria. And if I get Colonel Mustard again, I need to change his challenge to be something that is actually feasible. But I haven't thought of what that is. So we'll reset the board, come back and start on to the next season of Cluedo. Where did I just put the dice? Oh. Oh fuck, that's gonna sum up how this game is gonna go. I didn't move them. Hello, so the board is reset, we're nice and fresh. Ash has his D20 to decide. And I need to roll to see which character I'm playing with first, just in case it's Professor Plum, and that will have bearing on Ash's rolls. So, here we go. Who am I going to be playing with? 1. That is Mrs. Peacock? Yes! Oh, shit. All books must be for readathons. Swap 2 prompts to fit readathon reads. Oh my holy fuck, what have I done? Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to make this work, because I wasn't planning on participating in any readathons in July because we're going to Bali, but then I'm doing every readathon I come across in August, but I don't know what they are. I'm going to have to be very, very strategic, but I can swap 2 prompts to fit readathon reads, so like, I suppose I could swap them out at some point. Okay, fuck me. What? Who came up with this bullshit?
This is your game.
I'm an asshole. Alright, so Mrs. Peacock's over there. Do you want to roll your D20 then?
Yeah.
And we'll see how many traps?
Normally it would be a D12 for the first round, but you failed your movement challenge.
Yeah. So we thought this was a fair compromise.
I'll roll it on the board.
Oh.
Well, that's a bitch, ain't it?
Fuck my life. Okay. Whenever you're ready, my darling. By the way, that was a 13 in case anyone couldn't see. Oh, I think I'm gonna have some dipping into the trap bag.
Trap disbursement.
1, 2, roll number 1.
No trap.
Oh, that That's surprising. Alright, so got the bowl. Let's go with this one. Can't use that. I don't use that platform anymore at Wassup, by the way. Yes! Yes! This is the 1 month I am okay with this because it's my annual reread of Matilda in July. Thank fuck.
Not swapping that one.
I can make Matilda work. I'll make it all work. We had a clean slate, we cleared the board and got to reset, which also caused chaos because for Mrs. Peacock, I need to make sure that every book I select, I can fit into a readathon. The thing is, if I was smart, I would have planned out my August TBR because every book I read in August is probably going to have to contribute to a readathon in some way, shape or form. But I've made it work for most of my reads in July and yeah. So for roll number 1, we ended up with reread, and this is literally the only time I'm excited because every year, either in July or October, I reread Matilda by Roald Dahl. I love falling back into this every year. It's so fun, and this year it is for July. So this couldn't have worked out better. I was thinking I could probably reread the Hunger Games trilogy if I did feel so inclined or if it comes up in later months, but for this I'm going to put on my reread of Matilda. For the readathon I'm applying this to is Deck of TBR-athon, and I got a Jack, so I'm going for a 2 points with a 1-word title, and Matilda definitely counts. On 2, roll number 2. One, two, three.
No trap.
Oh. Kitchen.
Read a cookbook.
I'll have a think about that one. For roll number 2, we ended up with the prompt of kitchen, and for that, I am so excited to be finally putting this on a TBR and letting it sit there and stew in all its glory because I'm putting on The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. So obviously cups in the kitchen, that's a no-brainer, except for the dumb fuck me that applied kitchen to the wrong fucking book when planning my TBR. So I was trying to get it to fit but well matched, which has food on the cover, but dipshit just needed to get this on, not that. So for the readathon for this one, it is going to be for Deck of TBR-athon. I got a 10, and so I'm going for a 1 point in that, which has my initial in the title, which is P. And I was so gutted I couldn't fit the Tainted Cup on my June TBR, so I'm so happy I made it work for July. On to roll number 3. Oh, fuck me. Where's the biscuit point?
Trap.
Yeah. Yep. We'll go for these. I'm not going to shuffle these properly. Let's go that one. That actually works, blind pick. So I have to be blindfolded, and Crystal's challenge for Bookish Peeps was to blindly pick a book and then read it within 24 hours. So that works for that.
Unless it's branded soon.
I would just be doing another 48 and 48. So for roll number 3, I ended up on a trap and I pulled blind pick. Now I have my Bookish Peeps challenge from Crystal, which is to blindfold myself, pick a book and read that within 24 hours. So I don't know if I'm going to do that in July or August, but I'm not going to do it in this TBR video just because I want to do it authentically and then have the 24 hours to be able to just go. Like, that's the nature of Crystal's challenge. So I'm leaving this empty for the moment, but I do have a blank spot in Deck of TBR-athon for a book that is a 1-word title, a summary book, or has the letters J-U-L-Y in the title. I literally don't have anything on my TBR to fit for that, so I'm hoping for a 1-word title, and technically I don't have any summary words, so I'm praying for a 1-word title because I have that as an open prompt that I need to fulfill. So hopefully that will fit. Otherwise I will do it in August and have that contribute towards my readathons. You would think I do TBR Trail of the Quest with Expedition Through Pages. I'm starting Herkiad. Do you think I could make my brain believe that they are readathons? Because for me, it's a reading challenge, my Storygraph challenges, they are not readathons. It caused me so much angst making this, and I know I could say that they're readathons. I do them monthly. It is a yearly readathon. I can't bring myself to do it. But if you want to count it, please have at. I just had to make it difficult for myself. On to roll number 4. Of course. Alright, so just these 2. And they can be mood reads, whatever I need them to be. So for roll number 4, we ended up in the conservatory. So I'm going to be smart, and in August I'm going to be reading Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez for BookStara. So technically it was originally July, but we've pushed it to August because July is just hectic for all of us. So I will make this fit for a readathon. I don't care how. I know that I'm reading it in August, and I know what I'm doing in August with readathons. So I'm also in Bali for the first week of August. I'm a fucking idiot. Anyway, I will make this fit for a readathon, I promise you that. Do I know which readathon? No, but I will make it. I will make it happen. So that is going to be one of my mandatory mood reads. The other I'm putting on for a July Storygraph challenge, which is The Hate Race by Sean Benabar Clark. This is a memoir of growing up black in white middle class Australia. So I am putting this in for the Australian readathon that's happening in July and hosted by all of my lovely beautiful friends, and I'll leave all of the readathons and everything linked down below. And this is also going towards Herkiad. I'm not going to go through Herkiad in my TBR videos. I will just read what I do and then try and make them all fit. I do have ideas of where I'm going to put them, but they might change around. So anyway, this will count for type of non-fiction. On to roll number 5. I'm gonna take the smart option. And again, another 2. So for roll number 5, we ended up in the lounge, and so I need to put on another 2 mood reads. The first I'm going for is Beasts of Prey by Ayana Gray. This is a first book in a series, which I'm trying not to do, but I'm also trying to read my shelves, Storygraph, and it is going to work for Deck of TBR-athon because I got a 10, which is your initials, and so my first and last name is in this title. So that's cool. I did not have many books that fulfilled the higher points, so this is working for 3 points for that one. And I keep fluctuating between how I feel about this. Same as these, they're both very close to being on the chopping block, so I'm excited to actually convince myself to pick them up. And I'm wondering if this will work for Herkiad with some of the animal prompts. So we'll see how much they play into the story, but I don't know much else about the plot. I just know it's part of a trilogy, and I was excited when it came out, so I'm excited to finally get around to it and pick up the series. Then my other mood read is going to be Tenderly I Am Devoured by Lyndall Chippenstone. Did I remember that off the top of my head? If I did, I'm going to be impressed. Lyndall Clipstone. This is a new release, so for Herkiad, and it is a horror romance? I don't know. There was something about a chthonic demon being tied to her to save herself from ruin, and a fervent romance with hopes the hedonistic ritual will repair the connection. So, yep. And for that, I think it is a standalone, but this will be doing double duty and be going towards the Australian readathon because Lyndall is South Australian, I think, and also going to the romance trope-athon that's happening from the 4th to the 11th, and I'm going to put this as a dark romance. So we'll see when I read it if it actually does fulfill one of those, but it's going on the list, and I'm really excited to get to it. It looks so creepy. On to roll number 6. On to roll number 6. You beauty. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4.
God damn it.
Yes! How did I get away unscathed?
You got 1 scathe.
I got 1 scathe. Look, can I see? Oh!
I had all 3. But when you did the 2,
yeah,
you were there.
Yeah.
So you had 2 options. Go forward 2 and end up on a trap, or go towards the room and end up on a trap.
Yeah.
I was just like,
wow, that actually worked out so politely there for me though. Wow. I expected that to be in a lot more pain than it actually was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. But now I have to make everything fit for readathons. Okay.
But they're all mood reads, so that makes it a bit easier.
It does. For roll number 6, I was so excited that I could just fly into the dining room. I was just like, yep, off we go. So I ended up there. I managed to skip over Ash's traps. Like, he had a lot. It was a really nice game. I'm gonna be a bit of an idiot. Both of these books are going to work for the romance trope-athon and hit the dark romance, because I'm gonna put on Caught Up by Navessa Allen. I read Lights Out in May and had a glorious time with it. So I want to get to the new release. I'm really excited for it. This is following two different characters from Lights Out. It's not the same couple. I believe he's part of the mafia, and I'm just really excited to see what happens. I think it's going to be a glorious romp of a time, and yeah, I have no other words. I'm just really excited to get to this. The other one is going to be Leather and Luck by Bryn Weaver. I read Butcher and Blackbird for my Patreon readathon this month. Holy fuck, I had fun. The trigger warnings page, or the contents page, it says that it's a dark romantic comedy. I haven't heard a single person, I haven't listened to a lot of reviews either, I will give it that, but I haven't heard a single person describe it as a dark romantic comedy, because that is perfect. That is how it's supposed to be pitched. It's not a romance, it's a romantic comedy, and it's fucking dark and fucking glorious, and I had a fucking fabulous time. So I'm putting on Leather and Luck. The only thing that concerns me about this is the protagonist in Tenderly I Am Devoured is also called Luck, but it's fine. I'm not reading them in the same week for the same readathon. It's fine. So I cannot wait to get to this. I think it's going to be fabulous. I loved Luck's character in Butcher and Blackbird, and I really liked the brief viewing of Leather in this, and I'm just here for a good time. I want more dark romantic comedies, and so here I go. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I'm gonna have a good time. I can promise myself that. Those are my reads for Cluedo. I have this nice little stack, and then Part of Your World, Tenderly I'm Devoured, Caught Up, and Leather and Luck, as well as the blind pick to throw in. So most of these I'm aiming to get to in July, aside from Part of Your World. That's literally the only one I'm not planning on getting to in July. And I'm really excited. I'm revamped. I know there's a few start to series with Beasts of Prey, Part of Your World, and Tainted Cup, but that's okay. I still have continuations with Leather and Luck and Caught Up. That was not supposed to happen. So I think that I'm gonna have a really good time. I'm really excited. I'm so happy I'm finally getting to the Tainted Cup. And yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go. I am flying out towards late July, and I'm not coming back until the second week, after the first full week of August. So I'm gonna have a fabulous time traveling, but like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna fit this all in? I don't know, but I'm excited. I'm going to States for jigsaw speed puzzling. I'm gonna have a great time in July and August, and then I'm coming home and doing all of the chaos with Amanda. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna hurt. I have no idea what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna make this happen, but I'm just gonna make it happen. And pray to God that I actually read on this holiday, because the last holiday I went on, I didn't read it all. So fingers crossed, otherwise I'm fucked. But yes, feel free to let me know anything that you're excited to get to in July or August. If you're planning on participating in any readathons, feel free to let me know. I will have my readathon video coming out on Saturday. I think I'm doing it now because I've had to push this back, but regardless, I am just very excited for all of the things. So feel free to leave anything you want to let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. I'll hopefully see you on my next video or over on my Patreon. Bye! Oh dear God, I just forgot that the Patreons still haven't voted. Oh dear God.